It's spooky season, so let's start with Hocus Pocus 2. So we open in Salem, 1653. It's morning in a small village, and we open with a young Winifred stomping through town. So Winifred don't want to get married to her betrothed, because, the Reverend arranged it. So Winifred is upset that she is being thrust into an arranged marriage by the Reverend. So as they trying to celebrate Winnie's birthday, the Reverend get to banging on the door, and they just are going to act like they ain't home. So child, the whole town done shown up at their door, and the Reverend like, look, you gonna marry him? And she said no. They kick her out of Salem since she won't marry him. They said, oh, you want to be a hussy? Well, hit the road. So they take the sisters from her. They end up getting their pet bug on the Reverend, and they're able to make a break for it to the hidden woods. They're in the woods and they're a bit lost, so they do a calming circle as a raven watches. Oh, now we hear Sarah Jessica's song, Come Little Children, I'll Take Thee Away into My World of Tax Credit. Would a tax credit be worth having? Because I'll take my naps. I'll pay my taxes and take a nap. So suddenly a witch appears and she starts spraying them with a little air mister. But she can smell they some badass kids, so she don't suck the soul out of them. She says, well, this is the secret wood where us witches recharge our powers. Then she gives them the book. So there's a spell in there that makes a witch all powerful, but they ain't supposed to use it. So after the witch give them the book, she dis the town. Ooh, and they get to Yiddika, Yadika, Manica, Mysticking, and they gonna get revenge on the townsfolk. We cut back to Salem present day. So we got 3 girls. One of them, it's their birthday, and she hanging out with the other one. They got this other friend, and it seems like they having a rift because they ain't hung out in 4 months. But the one girl who seems to be the main one, she think they're going to have a pop quiz, so maybe she a witch too. Oh, the friend they ain't talked to in 4 months is having a party and invited the whole grade but them. The little heifer was right. She knew there was going to be a pop quiz. So the heifer ends up fighting with her other friend, and they get sent to the principal's office because she trying to scare him with a spell. Now, heifer, you knew that honky couldn't handle it. So back outside the principal's office, all the girls get together again. And girl, you gonna get grounded. So the girl that they ain't friends with no more, her daddy running for mayor. However, he don't know that her daughter ain't friends with him no more, so he asked them to hand out some campaign flyers at the magic shop. They go to the magic shop, and the guy that owns it is talking about the Sanderson sisters giving a little presentation. I ain't never seen this many black people in Salem, I can tell you that. Oh, and he has the actual book of spells in his shop. Girl, I cannot believe 20 years later we are here. I hope I look this good at 60. So these heifers been dabbling in the occult before, and the guy that owned the shop gives them a special candle that he infused with extra magic just for them. So they go out to the woods to light this candle and do her little 16th birthday ceremony. So as they get to starting the ceremony, the other heifer brings out a picture with all 3 of them together, even though it's only 2 of them there. And she's like, we should still have the other heifer here in spirit. So as they get to chanting about manifesting, the candle just pop on and it won't go out. Child, she pours some water on it, it go out for a minute, and then it comes back. Oh, Lord, now they hear that heifer singing again. Ooh, and the girls are back. They pop up out the ground like toadstools. Amok, 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 amok. And we immediately go into an Elton John version of The Witch is Back. So it's going to be a musical comedy. All right, Beck can sing. So as they try to run away, the witches are like, nope, we were singing for you. However, the lead little heifer tricked the witches. She tells them, look, we're actually 40. We've been sucking the lives out of children. That's why we look so youthful. So you ain't going to get nothing out of sucking these souls. But we going to help you, heifer. We going to help you. They take the heifers to Walgreens to stall them. So they get in Walgreens, they eating potions, taking pictures with their fans. And they get to see themselves in the phone. And of course, there's a filter, so they look amazing. But then they look in the mirror and they're like, wait, we still old. So the witches start chasing the both of them. and they run after the lead heifer. However, the other heifer grabs some salt and some leaves that the magic guy told them could break spells and protect them against evil. The two get back together again, and the second lead heifer throws some salt around them so the witches can't zap them. The witches say, you know what, we gonna be back for your butts later. We gonna go get our book. So they head to the magic store, and the two heifers are hot on their trail. They get to the magic store and find out that the guy who ran the magic store actually gave them the black flame candle to bring back the Sanderson sisters. After that, the witches throw the two little heifers downstairs and lock them in the basement. However, the guy who runs the museum is still up with them, and he's like, you ain't gotta put them in the basement. This is a misunderstanding. No, they evil and you a idiot. That's what it is. Oh, he tried to bring them back because he met them when they came back 30 years ago. Oh my God, this came out when I was 11 and now I am 40. Damn. Time flies, like these witches. Oh, but now Kathy and Jiminy points out a poster of the old Reverend's descendant who is the father of the girl they ain't friends with no more. But he seemed real nice. I love how they turned Hocus Pocus 2 into a movie about the patriarchy. So Winnie's like, you know what? I'm tired of potions. I'm tired of kids. I'm just going to use that most powerful witch in the world spell and call it a day. Book ain't having it though. Book is like, heifer, I said no. They tell the guy who run the museum, look, get our hourglass, and then you gonna go get everything we need for this spell and bring it to the Forbidden Wood. I'll see you there in about an hour, because, you know, we got things to do. And if you don't get it done, you'll die. We done cursed your ass. So the girls hear everything going on downstairs, and they try to call their friend that they ain't friends with no more, that the witches are coming for her pappy. But of course they can't get through because it's a magic basement. But fortunately, one of the heifers got Angelica leaves in her bag, which the guy who runs the magic shop told them can break curses, so they gonna use them to get out. Meanwhile, with the guy who runs the magic shop, he going to dig up that head of the man that Sarah Jessica and Bette Midler was humping on in the first movie. Well, not in the first movie, but you know, the boyfriend they brought back to life that Winifred killed because he cheated with Sarah. Oh, Sarah's name is Sarah. Billy Butcherson. But of course, he's a reanimated corpse at this point. So he ain't got to dig that far. He kind of just pop out. So he tell him, look, I've just been kind of napping here because I've been awake since 93. He tell him the Sanderson sisters are back. He said, well, I'm going back to bed. I don't mess with them heifers. Billy said, however, Winifred lied on her puss. I shared one kiss with her. I was really into Sarah. We had one kiss. That was it. That was it. Heifer running around acting like I was her man. However, he's saying he gathering ingredients to kill Winifred, not to make her the most powerful witch. So why you gotta lie to kick it, Craig? So the witches go to the town square to look for the mayor at the little Halloween thing they having. Back in the basement, the girls is working with the tea leaves and it worked. But you see one of the heifers' hand lit up when they was waving it over, so I think she's the actual witch. So the witch heifer, I guess that's how now we can differentiate, calls her used-to-be friend's father and snitches on the party so that he'll go home and avoid the witches. So after that, she starts looking for the book. We see the book looking around, hiding, sweating. I mean, as much as book can hide. She find it and grab it, child. Book start hovering in the air, taking her with it. And with airline prices these days, I'd be like, well, shoot, we got a first-class ticket. Oh, but we go back to the festival, and it's time for a musical number. I am 56 minutes in, and this is absolutely perfect. It's nostalgia. The pacing is great. They're not doing too much, but they're not giving too little. Everybody's leaning into it. Somebody said they didn't like it, and I'm like, what's not to like? Like, what did you think you were going to get? This is delivering like dominoes. I'm going to make some eggs. So they get on stage, and it's a Sailors and Sisters contest. They happen to not win, and they like, how you gonna tell us we ain't the winning us? Wait a minute, is that cornbread? Is that cornbread? I can't believe it. Oh, we're getting one way or another. This is perfect. I was wondering what the musical number was going to be, and this is really fitting. So we got all the people dancing now looking for the mayor giving us a flash mob tea. Meanwhile, the mayor done gone back to the festival to get that damn candy apple, and I'm afraid they gonna run out. Po thing. But the two heifers have finally gone to see the heifer that they ain't friends with no more to tell her that the witches is looking for her pappy. She mad at them for snitching about the party. But right as they arguing about the snitching, the sisters appear. So they run and hide in the heezy. Oh Lord, but now the mob done found the mayor when he got his apple. But once they find him, the spell's broken, but he did lose his apple. I told you he was gonna lose it. But the witches are at the house of the heifer who's the mayor's daughter, who's the girl that they ain't friends with no more. The witch heifer in the basement tricking the Sanderson sisters into thinking she has the last elderberry juice in town, and she'll spill it if they don't let her go free. Why do they keep listening to this heifer? She clearly don't have your best interest at heart. However, the other two girls run out and surround them with salt, so they're trapped. Back at the magic shop, Billy realizes, oh, you messing with that hourglass. You ain't trying to hurt them. Told you ain't had to lie to kick it. So the magic store guy steals Billy's head and runs off to go to the secret wood. I think he gonna try to use the spell for the little witch heifer. Back with the little heifers, as they get their friendship sorted out, they see the pappies coming home. Oh, Lord. So, because the Sanderson sisters are still trapped in the salt, they can't do nothing to the pappy. He just thinks they in costume and goes in to eat a caramel apple he got from Walgreens because he's disappointed he didn't get his real one. However, the Roombas show up that Kathy and Jimmy had, and they gonna vacuum up the salt. So the witches pop from around the corner and snatch the heifer that they wasn't friends with no more. And the other two run after them, and the one witchy girl, her hands start to glowing, and they like, what is this? So now we all at the woods, they done got all the ingredients, and we yiddika yadika matica mistin. Cause the little heifer who was the mayor's daughter still has the blood of thine enemy. Now it's up to the little witch heifer and her friend to stop them. And now the little witch heifer hands glowing again, so she realizes, oh, maybe I am a witch. So the little witch heifer tries to use her zapping powers to get him, but it don't really work. However, now Sarah and Kathy have zapping power too. Lord, but now because the sisters got zapping power, they getting at Bette Midler for always calling them fools and idiots. Idiot. However, they fall back in line pretty quick. But because the little witch heifer realizes her power, she's able to call the Book, since Book don't want to do the spell no way. And Book run off with her. So they read the spell, well rather the warning for the Magica Maximus spell. The one Winifred didn't, and they realize, oh, if she does say it, she'll have to lose what she values most, which I'm guessing is her sisters. However, they pull up on him and get to zipping and zapping. She throws up a force field. It's getting chilly. The other two heifers hold on to her, and that strengthens everybody. The Sanderson sisters like, you know what, go ahead, keep the book. We gonna do the spell anyway and get rid of you. So they did the spell, and the black flame candle goes out, and they still here. So the young heifers get to the witches, and they like, girl, you about to lose your sisters. You about to lose your coven. Get this dance. So now Winnie begging the Book and the girls, look, I want my sisters back. Let's undo this. Let's rewind. Life needs a rewind button. It really does. You need to be able to go back and be like, So Book opens up and it's like, look, girl, if you give up your powers, I can give you back your sisters. And the new coven says, okay, we may as well help a heifer. So they do the spell, and Bette starts to disappear to go be with her sisters. Well, I guess that was it. It was good. It was good. Great special effect, disappear at the end. It really humanized them. It really humanized them. I loved it. I loved it. So Billy Butcherson disappears too. The magician store guy gonna make sure everybody knows he wasn't with Winnie. That was really cute. They did a perfect job, perfect sequel 29 years later. I loved it.